the first hour when I was still infirmed?
No.
Yeah, we were waiting for
We're
Well,
waiting for you, PT.
Well, here I am. StreamYard is up for those that are.
PT's in the doghouse. They had the brown bottle flu. No call, no contact.
I got the biggest question. I've been married 36 years. The big question is,
she's so bad.
Oh, I didn't even have to
She's
say
so
it.
bad. I mean,
how did your wife?
She's so.
Yeah,
she's
the
so
door would have
angry.
been locked. My house, that
Susan
door is
usually
locked.
stick it
Well,
up
I
for
took a key. I mean, I did.
It
You
don't
know, I
matter.
didn't take car keys. I took a house key. But yeah,
And like no talking this morning, it would have
Talking.
been it would have been ugly in my house.
What I would have liked is like a shaking. Like,
Did you
know,
get a shower? Just put your clothes on and get out of the house.
no shower?
That's right. You got to
Yeah.
get here.
Yeah,
You have an obligation.
you got a
You have a
responsibility
responsibility.
to be here an hour late.
All right. We're going to try to track down Barry Melrose. We had him
Phone
lined up.
hasn't rung over here. I
But we're like,
apologize.
we're waiting for him. But we've got a game 7 in the NHL. We got a game 7 tonight in the NBA.
can't wait. We need
I mean,
time to talk about that.
And we
game.
were going to.
Even I'm excited
Yeah.
about the
I mean,
game
tonight-
7 Celtics Heat.
You don't
I
have
mean,
to be a basketball fan for
No.
tonight. Games I'm going to a Miami game if you've never been there. I've
How
been
did-
to a lot
will
of
they
places.
show up on time?
But here's the
Mike
thing.
Carlin.
Yeah,
I
that's
think
what
the fan base sucks
I know.
in Miami.
They're
Like,
horrible.
It's LA.
whose genius idea was it to make the seats red so that even when they're full, they look empty?
Yo, how
You know
about
what I
this?
mean?
How did the Boston Celtics have a game 6 at home?
How are they vomiting down their
How did
chest?
they lose that game? It's just
Well,
to
I
me-
can identify with that
Right?
feeling.
How did they lose that? Yeah. So you were feeling no pain when me and Harding left you last night.
No, at that point, I wasn't even like
I thought you were pretty.
I
lit up
hadn't even like stretched a calf muscle yet. There
Really?
was you were the preamble. You were the preface to a book that became War and Peace. You were the start. You know, it was the best of times. It was the worst of times. You were the start
We
of a
left you. We
Charles
left you
Dickens.
at like 7.
Yeah, way to go, jerk.
Well, we
like
were-
you
Hardy
can't
boy-
leave me alone.
Look, and Hardy boy wanted to go start eating. Now it's his opportunity to get out. He wanted to bar hop.
I know, but what did you hop 2 more places? And then, like, you.
Well,
This is the problem. When you're texting me from home and I'm threatening you, I can't. This is the very first thing I thought of. The first thing I thought of was, oh, belief. The second thing I thought of when my eyes came to, I can't believe that I lectured Billy to be there. Make
On
sure
time.
you show up. Be
Right.
there on time. And then the third thing I thought was, Mike Gill's going to kill me.
I got home at like I think 8:30, 9
You got a
o'clock.
good night's sleep.
No,
then.
9:30.
Yeah.
Because the bugs were so bad, the gnats were out last night
That's what it is.
and chased us out of there.
Where I was inside, there were no
Yeah,
gnats.
that's right.
It was a wonderful
I
thing.
was at a great place last night.
Where were you?
And I tell you, for the listeners out there, if you want a really inexpensive night and a fun night, I was at the deck at the Gold Nugget.
Oh, yeah, that
very
was a good
nice.
night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did they have a band?
Guys, wait for this one. Free
Mhm.
parking all
Yep.
the time.
Yep,
Right?
that's true.
You walk into the deck, it's free. And you know who the band was last night? Don't Call Me Francis.
Oh,
yeah,
outstanding.
it
yeah.
was-
Yeah.
You could go
That
there.
was it packed?
packed, but you had enough room to dance on
Right,
the dance floor.
right.
But you could go there. And
Carl, I don't see you as a dancer.
oh, I take over the floor.
You don't do the PW shuffle. You
Listen,
just sort of
yeah.
move in place a little bit,
As
like
my-
the
as
groundhog.
My wife
from
says,
Caddyshack.
I run in place.
Yeah,
I just do
that's
my
fine.
run.
All right.
And by the way, my dance move as I start the motorcycle. They caught me on a wedding video one time, and they're like, "What the hell are you doing?" And I go, "What are you talking about?" They're like, "You look like you're like kickstarting a motorcycle." That's all I did. I stood right there, and my right leg was like trying to,
All right, the second hour of the locker was brought to you by the Great Bay Country Club. Now, Mike, we were at the Great Bay Country Club. Of course, Pete blew us off for that. You had an emergency with Susan. I take that.
That is correct.
You didn't
Yeah,
blow us off.
no
But
double punching here.
We were at the Vanderslice/Davis Memorial Golf Charity outing over there at the Great Bay Country Club. Radio Ron Ralston. As soon as I walked in, Radio Ron Ralston grabbed me. He was showing me all the improvements. $4 or $5 million they put in
Oh,
this.
yeah.
into the
Outside,
Great Bay.
inside.
They got those. They got a barbecue or the fire pits. They got a nice patio deck
Overlooking the 18th.
overlook.
they're doing.
How
I mean,
about
it's-
the underground
I
cart
know.
garage?
Yeah.
The new pro shop.
And it seems like everything they do there is they're really doing
First
it first
class.
class.
Radio Ron Ralston is the man. Of course, Harry and Dawn Vanderslice. And we saw Stephanie.
Yeah,
Uh,
Steph was there. Bruce was there.
Bruce
the
was
whole
there.
family
Frank,
was
her
there.
husband, was there.
But then it was like a who's who just from Ocean City
Yeah.
and Upper, just great people. But like the food and everything at Great Bay was
Great Bay.
fabulous.
You can't beat
Yeah,
the food at Great
service.
Bay. Make Great Bay Country Club your club. Great Bay is an award-winning private golf club where you are greeted by name. It's home of the 3-hour and 58-minute round. You can play on their 18-hole championship golf course, enjoy fine dining experience, lively atmosphere in the pub. There's a full calendar of golf and social events throughout the season to appeal to everyone. For more information on how to book a wedding or have a function, go to greatbay.com or give them a call at 609-927-5071. Great Bay Country Club in Summers Point, New Jersey. See why it's always a great day at Great Bay. When you get down there, please say hello to Radio Ron Ralston and Ryan Owen, my winter watchdog. That's Have you heard of New Jersey's premier vacant home management service, My Winter Watchdog? You know those worrisome thoughts that creep into your mind every time you hear of a storm coming and the daunting task of driving down to the shore to check on the house, hours of time on the road, or if you're in Florida for the winter, you're away. Let My Winter Watchdog be your eyes and ears with their 15-point inspection checklist. They offer a full menu of maintenance and improvement services. Owner Debbie McGonigal and her team of property caretakers are professional, licensed, bonded, and insured. So don't let the winter worry you. They'll give your house that lived-in look. That's My Winter Watchdog. Go to mywinterwatchdog.com or give them a call at 267-202-1869. That's 267-202-1869. Send Debbie an email, Debbie@mywinterwatchdog.com. All right, when we return, we'll continue with more here in the locker room with Billy Schweim, Mike Carlin, and Pete Thompson.
That's
right here
me.
on 97.3 ESPN.
Coming up on the next edition of the Sports Bash with Mike Gill.
Hey, it's Mike Gill. Hopefully everybody has a great Memorial Day weekend. We're back on Tuesday recapping the Phillies and the Mets series. Plus, the NBA Finals will be set. And we'll get you ready for the Eagles football at 4. Adam Kaplan in the house. And it's a Tuesday with Thompson. The PT stops by.
The Sports Bash, weekdays from 2 to 6 on 97.3 ESPN and the free mobile app.
Ocean City's real estate market is red hot. You need an agent that has the knowledge and expertise to help. Contact Ocean City's top agent, Mark Rhymes. Mark has been selling real estate for 30 years in South Jersey. He can answer all your real estate questions and find you the perfect property. He's available anytime on his cell at 609-425-2042. When Philadelphia star athletes are looking for a house at the beach, they contact Mark Rhymes, specializing in buying and
Selection of spinning and conventional rods and combos for the boat or the surf, with top name brands available like Penn, Tsunami, Ocean Max, Shimano, and more. Hutch's Marina, your home away from home at the foot of the bridge in Cape May. Stop by any day or visit CapeMayHarbor.com.
All right, we're back here in the locker room. Billy Schwein, Pete Thompson, Mike Carlin in the locker room, 97.3 ESPN. Memorial Weekend. And we've seen some great NHL and NBA playoff games this season, this playoff season. But that St. Louis game the other night was something else for that puck. Epic for that puck to get through with a maze of players and to find the only spot that it could have gone in the net.
And because you know him, you started blowing up his phone yesterday.
Chief was funny, man. Some of the things that he says.
So it's you. Let me set the stage for our listeners. It's you and Jeff Harding,
former
who played for the Flyers,
and the Minnesota North Stars.
But I mean, to most people, he had a cup of coffee in the league, right? But that's still better.
That's all right.
So it was a surreal moment for me last night to be sitting on a bar stool as I sat there a long time between Jeff Harding on my left and then Ian Walterson. And I said to Ian, who played for the Boardwalk Bullies here in Atlantic City, I said, what province are you from? So he says Manitoba, right? So then Hardy goes, like, that's the first time that Hardy was like, oh, this drunk guy is from Canada too, you know?
All right. So I've been waiting a long time to speak with our next guest, and we see him all the time on ESPN. He's an analyst for the NHL coverage on ESPN. Let's go to the Maserati, the Mainline Sports Hotline, and welcome into the locker room, Barry Melrose. Good morning, Barry.
Good morning to you guys. How you doing?
All right, Barry. Pete had a late night last night.
Yeah, Barry, I was overserved. I don't know what happened.
I was trying to hang with Jeff Harding last night, but he couldn't keep up.
What kind of producer or host are you on the show when you miss the first hour?
Yeah, well, you shouldn't be drinking with Canadians. That's the heavyweights. You should maybe start with some guys from England or Scotland or something, but not right off with Canadians. That's a little heavy.
He's so right. I had too many Canadian ginger ales. That's exactly what happened.
Hey, Barry, the NHL playoffs have been really exciting this year. Two series that I was just really enamored with was the Calgary Edmonton series and the Blues and Colorado Avalanche. And but up and down throughout the whole playoffs, it's really been exciting hockey. There's nothing like NHL playoff hockey.
No, there isn't. The sudden death overtime is so unique to the NHL. Obviously, having to win 7 games or having to win 4 out of 7 games is something that's pretty unique. I know the NBA does that too, but to have to do it in hockey with the physicality of our sport and to basically have to win 16 games in 2 months, that's crazy. And you theoretically, you could play. 4 extra games or with the number of games coming out. So I'm just, it's great hockey. The series you guys were mentioning was fantastic. The Western Conference has been great. People got to see how good Colorado was. People got to see how good the Connor McDavid is. And we get to see the two of them play against each other. I can't remember a time that we had the 2 best players in our sports, and we could easily argue that they're the 2 best players, McKinnon and McDavid, going to play in the playoffs. It used to have, I don't think Gretz and Mario ever played against each other in the playoffs. I'm pretty sure they didn't, but we are going to get the opportunity to see our 2 best players in the playoffs.
Yeah, we have the Avalanche and the Oilers. That looks like it's going to be a dynamite series, and of course we're waiting. We got Game 7 with the Carolina Hurricanes and the New York Rangers. How about the New York Rangers? The way they've been playing, people in New York are starved for I'll never forget Messier guaranteeing a win. I think it was in the conference finals when they had to beat Jersey. But that whole run that those Rangers fans, they're really excited about this particular team.
They should be, because number one, they're good now. Number 2, their best years are ahead of them. They've got 4 defensemen under 24 years old. It's just, and Zibanejad is really turned into a superstar in that team. Panarin scored last night. He's been in sort of a slump. So if all of a sudden he starts scoring, they've got a heck of a team. And Shesterkin and net is just playing great. And really that was the reason yesterday is he was better than Ratton. So it's going to be very interesting. Obviously, and you got the home ice factor. Carolina can only win at home; they can't win on the road. So it's we got home ice advantage. Is there really some mojo with the home ice for Carolina? We'll see if they win all 4 games at home, which they have to do. It's going to be a pretty good story.
Barry Melrose, our guest here on the Maserati Mainline Hotline. And Barry, there is no truth to the rumor that when I walked into the studio an hour late, that Billy looked at me and said, "Go have another donut, you fat pig." That did not happen.
Go eat a donut.
No, he didn't say go eat a donut. He said go have another donut. Jimmy Schoenfeld somewhere out there smiling, I hope, and maybe Coho as well, who's now got like Billy. He's got that analyst role. He parlayed the donut incident into a whole big thing. But Barry, I want to talk about your evolution. Here's a guy, you played in the league, you coached in the league, and then you are an icon, man. I mean, like, how lucky are you every day when you wake up and go, I can't believe that ESPN has hockey back and I get to do this again fully on a regular basis?
And I got 2 Emmys because
he's not kidding. He did. Yeah.
I'm not kidding. I did. I just came down like 3 or 4 days ago because I was part of the filming of the Open, and it turned out unbelievable. And because of that, because of the talents of all of my other friends at ESPN, I got on their shirt sleeves and ended up getting 2 Emmys out of the deal. So there's not many Emmys in Saskatchewan for guys coming out of Saskatchewan. So I feel very fortunate that I am one of the rare people from Saskatchewan that have an Emmy.
We're talking with Barry Melrose here on the Maserati Mainline Sports Hotline. Barry, the Philadelphia Flyers, a once proud organization. Notice I say organization. The once proud organization is now struggling and going through another coach, trying to find another coach. I want to ask you about the coaching carousel, because the Flyers are looking at Tortorella, they're looking at the Barry Trotz. Is there anybody else out there that you might think that would be a good fit for the Philadelphia Flyers?
Well, it depends what they want to do. Do they want to go with an older coach? Do they want to go with a younger coach? Usually, if a team will go with, say, a hard-ass coach, and if they don't do well and he gets fired, then they'll bring in a coach's player's buddy, and then if that doesn't work, then they'll bring in a college coach, and if that doesn't work, they'll bring in a junior coach. And hockey is a real game of doing the same thing. And if everyone's winning with young coaches, then the team will get young coaches. If everyone's winning with older coaches, you get older coaches. So I'm going to be very interested to see who Philly gets. There's some good guys out there. Torts would be great. He's a proven winner. He's won the Stanley Cup. Barry Trotz, everything I hear, he's going to Vegas, which is a good fit for Barry because he wants to win now, and Vegas is probably the closest team out there that could win now. But there are some young coaches in junior hockey that are Jared Bednar is a great example. He was a young American League coach, and Joe Sakic hired him from there, and then he's certainly proven to be a good coach. So there's a lot of coaches out there. It just depends what philosophy that the Philadelphia Flyers are looking for. And it'd be interesting which direction they go, because they do have some good young players, but to me, most of them went backwards last year, like Provorov, and they didn't get better. They sort of, if they didn't get, Konechny's another example. We all thought that kid was going to score 40 goals by now, and he's sort of going backwards. So you're right. It's a once proud organization. It's a great hockey town. We prove that's proven every time you play in Philadelphia. But it's going to be interesting which direction they go.
Now, as PT alluded to it earlier, I'm good friends with Craig Berube and Jeff Harding. We were out last night, and Jeff pointed out the fact that there are some coaches that are tactical and some coaches that are inspirational, and some coaches that the players know that they really care about them. And Craig Berube fits he's not the tactical guy that you think he wouldn't be a tactical guy. He's more of an inspiration / a caring coach that the guys would run through a wall through him. He would be a great fit. Maybe like a Rick Tocchet would be good here, but I don't know if you get him out of the booth.
Yeah, like both those guys. Groovy is a great guy. Everyone loves him. Plays hard. Played hard when he played. He'd be a great choice, and he's a proven winner. He's won a Stanley Cup. Tocchet, same thing. Tock is a real competitor. He played in Philadelphia. That would be a good help for him. And he's proven he can, coach you good at the NHL level. So both those guys are inspirational guys, as you call them. They just go out there and get their team ready to play and ask them that they play hard every night. And that's all you want is just play hard. I'm not asking you to do anything crazy. I'm not asking you to fight guys. I just want you to be ready to compete every night and outwork the opposition. And both those coaches have proven they can get that to happen. And a coach that's looking, or an owner that's looking for that type of coach, those would be two guys that would really fit the bill. But I can't believe St. Louis would ever let Chief go. He's become entrenched in St. Louis. They love him there.
Yeah, he's iconic. He's like Bud Light. It's brewed across the street. Barry Melrose is our guest here on the Maserati, the Mainline Hotline. Let's close with this, Barry. I just looked it up. 300 NHL games, Bill, for one Barry Melrose. Only 5 for Stephen J. Coates. So, I mean, this isn't even a fair fight.
I know. It isn't. That's embarrassing almost, man.
That's why Barry, that's why he's national. Coates, he's local.
Is that it? Just on the off chance that he's listening, tell us your best Coatsy story that you can say on the radio.
You know what? Everything that I have pertaining to Coatsy has got beer in it. It's got spilling. He used to do a trick where he'd get a rookie to stand on his hands.
Okay.
And then Coatsy would come by with a can of beer and throw it down the legs of his pants. And the guy goes bonkers. And all of us know what's coming, so we're forming a circle because we know what's going to happen. And every time it happens, it works perfectly. And we're dying laughing. The rookie's pants are soaking wet, and Coatsy's being chased down the parking lot road by 3 or 4 guys. So it's always the same.
Do you know he told me one time that he actually pranked Mr. Snyder, and he still calls him Mr. Snyder to this day, but he actually got a bus driver to believe that, or a waiter to believe that Mr. Snyder was the bus driver. When he told a waiter, just send the bill to him, it's the bus. and Mr. Snyder got a huge kick out of that. He really liked that.
If Coatsy wouldn't have played hockey, he could have been a super salesman on TV. Those guys that sell the
ShamWow. Yeah.
Coatsy could sell those. No doubt about it.
Hey, Barry, you know what? That brings up another question for you, because that brings up another great point. Keep you for one more. I've been around a lot of professional athletes. It seems to me that the guys that play in the NHL have the best practical jokers of any sport. I got pranked pretty good in Pittsburgh. When Tocchet got traded to Pittsburgh, I used to fly out there, and I flew in one time, and I got into the Pittsburgh there. We were skating at the Igloo, and at the end of the practice, we went in, and we hit the showers. There's big fluffy white towels, and they put white shaving cream in between the towel, right?
There's so when I got out of he hasn't heard.
Barry, when I got out of the shower, I started drying.
Fall for that.
Yeah. When I got out of the shower, I started wiping white shaving. You couldn't even see it. The white towel was so white. I started drying off, and I had shaving cream all over my body.
It's sad to hear that you fell for that, man.
He's not just a radio host, Barry. He's also very gullible.
Well, listen, Barry, we really appreciate having you on, man, and we really enjoy watching watching you on ESPN, and you give us great analytics. Looking at
he's the best.
He's the best.
The Emmy Award-winning Barry Melrose has been our guest here on the Locker Room.
Thanks, Barry.
The two-time Emmy Award winner.
That's right. Don't slight him an Emmy.
All right. Hey, Barry, enjoy the rest of your weekend. We really appreciate it.
Thank you, Barry.
Thank you very much. You
Yep.
guys take care.
You too.
There he is,
Yep.
Barry Melrose on the Maserati of the Mainline Sports Hotline. By the way, Pete, you would have fallen for that too. You
Oh,
would have fallen for that too because
100%.
you couldn't, Mike. You couldn't see the shaving cream.
Sorry, Mike.
Oh.
Yeah, you
couldn't see the shaving cream.
yeah, they
in the
put it
white-
between the folds,
Yeah,
right?
they put it between the folds.
Yeah.
So, and everybody. By the way, they're all looking at me and laughing. I'm like,
Well, that's what he just described that I thought was
they
so
knew.
great.
It was a setup.
When the veterans know of a prank like this, that standing in hands and a beer thing or whatever,
Yeah.
like that's the best part of locker room pranks
It's
or
great.
clubhouse pranks is that everybody, let's say there's 25 guys or, 18 guys, right? 17 of them
Know
are in
what's
on
going
it.
on, yeah.
Only the target doesn't know what's coming.
I had no
And
idea.
that's why it's so memorable and rich.
I was looking around the corner, like the way the shower is. You look around the corner, they're all looking at me like peeking around the corner, and they're all in hysterics. I mean, you're talking Jimmy Pack, Shel Samuelson, talking.
They're dying.
They're dying.
They're dying.
Grant Jennings.
Because
Like, what are you guys
yeah, well,
laughing at?
because
Like, I know you're up to something.
they probably you were either still in the shower.
I was
or,
one
right.
of the last ones
So
out.
you're still in the shower. You're in there having like a Sunday siesta,
Yeah,
right?
I'm
and
enjoying
you're
it.
just lathering up
Yeah,
everything,
yeah.
right? And they're all setting it up, and they see the guy with the shaving cream putting it in. They're like, "Oh crap, they're getting Schweiner." Okay, I'm not gonna leave yet. Like I got a
I
front row
watch.
seat to this,
Yeah.
Mike, I'm drying myself off, proud as could be.
and it's all over you.
And then when I looked in the mirror, I just
How long did it take you to
a
realize?
good 35, 40 seconds. It seemed like an eternity. Which
Oh,
is
my
another
gosh.
good movie, From Here to Eternity.
From Here to Eternity.
There you go. 609-403-0973 is the text board. We're looking for your best war movie for Memorial Weekend. The second hour of the locker room is brought to you by the Great Bay Country Club, where it's not just golf, it's fun. Make Great Bay Country Club your club. Great Bay is an award-winning private golf club where you are greeted by name. It's home of the 3-hour and 58-minute round. For more information on how to become a member or book a wedding, go to greatbay.com or give them a call at 609-927-5071. Great Bay Country Club in Summers Point, New Jersey. See why it's always a great day at Great Bay. When you get down there, say hello to Radio Ron Ralston, Ryan Owens down there, and the rest of the crowd. It's a fun atmosphere. Friends, let me tell you about Maserati of the Mainline. Located just minutes from downtown Philadelphia. They offer a client-focused car buying experience designed to exceed all expectations. They invite you to stop and see the area's largest selection of new Maseratis, including the sporty Ghibli midsize sedan of the class-leading Levante, the only SUV worthy of being called a Maserati. Maserati of the Mainline also leads the nation certified pre-owned sales and has the highest quality like new Maseratis available on the market. Your experience is not end at the point of a sale, as Maserati of the Mainline offers free pickup and delivery for scheduled service appointments and provides a new Maserati loaner car. So be audacious. Call my good friend Michael Pileggi at RDS Auto Group at 484-804-4800. That's 484-804-4800. Or visit them online anytime at motml.com. All right, when we return, we'll continue with more here in the locker with Billy Schwein, Pete Thompson, and Mike Carlin on 97.3 ESPN.
Wake up with Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max. Weekday mornings at 6 on 90.
$5,000 in credit.
It's a crime to pay more than a dime.
Every vehicle, one dime down.
At the all-new Springfield Mitsubishi, Atlantic City.
In Pleasantville.
SpringfieldMitsu.com. SpringfieldMITSU.com.
22 Mirage,
All right, we're back here in the locker
I cut
room.
off the disclaimer there. Did you hear that?
Billy Schwein, Pete Thompson, Mike Carlin.
I'm so eager to play the music, I cut off the guy.
You know, one other question I wanted to ask Barry Melrose before we get into our NBA talk, that Tampa Bay's they've been resting now for a little while.
So you're what, trying to determine if rest parlays to success?
That much time off, will it affect them or be good for them?
Let's see when they last played. Did they play Tuesday? Is that the last game? Yes. Yeah, I think no.
So they're going to wait for the winner of the Game 7 between Carolina and the Rangers.
Yeah, that's tonight.
That's tonight.
So that means they probably don't open.
No,
until
God,
Wednesday
Bill,
or
they
Thursday.
haven't played since Monday. They're going to have a full week off.
That's what I'm talking about.
But I'm sorry, and they knocked out Giroux, right? And they knocked out the Panthers.
Yeah.
So what's the finals going to be? The Western finals are going to be Edmonton and whoever wins tomorrow night, right? And then the Eastern finals are Tampa and they're already through.
The Western Conference is Avalanche Oilers,
right?
And then it'll be either the Rangers and Carolina versus Tampa Bay.
Okay, so Tampa's waiting for whoever it's going to be.
4 teams left.
So tomorrow night is Game 7 of Rod the Bod. Right. You ever met Rod Brindamore?
Of course I have.
He's an interesting character, isn't he?
Very unique.
Yeah. I mean, I once ran into Rod Brindamore, Mike Carlin, at the Virginia Slims tennis tournament at the Philadelphia Civic Center. And it's not like Rod Brindamore could hide, right? I mean, he's got a unique puss, right? He's got a unique face. And I'm thinking, son of a gun, that's Rod Brindamore. So I go over and I sit next to him and we're kind of, watching the tennis. I turned and I said, Roddy? He goes, yes. I said,
he's a unique
fella. Big tennis fan, huh? And he says, absolutely.
So I'm asking people at 609-403-0973. But I think a lot of people are in Pete's frame of mind right now. They're out late last night. They're just getting the cobwebs off. But a couple of my other favorite war movies. How about The Bridge Over the River Kwai?
War. That was going to be my third.
Is that your third
yeah.
one? So we have
it's 1, 2, 3.
How about Platoon?
That was a good one.
How about Where Eagles Dare? Kirk Doug.
I don't think.
How about you keep your mouth on the mic so we can hear the full name of the movie?
Eagles Dare?
Look, Bridge Over
Black Hawk Down.
There are certain people out there that only think of him as Obi-Wan Kenobi, but Alec Guinness was the lead in Bridge Over River Kwai.
He was great.
The best minute in any movie. That last scene with the bridge going down.
Yeah,
100%.
They're whistling.
Yep.
Yep. And you can't get out of your head. Yeah.
All right, Carlin.
That's the Bobo song.
NBA
tonight.
No, I don't for the life of me.
And that movie, by the way, was 2 hours and 41 minutes.
That was a lot.
I don't think a better question could be asked. What's the shortest war movie? You know what I mean? These movies are all almost 3 hours.
Battle of the Bulge was a long one. Battle of the Bulge.
You got a question for Carlin?
All right, Carlin.
Get off that list.
NBA.
Basketball.
We got to take a break in a few seconds. NBA. Because you messed up the whole show today, Pete.
Thank you. That's right.
We'll talk when we come back.
Just tee it up, though.
Boston missed the golden opportunity.
Should have
put that game away at home.
Should have wrapped it up. I'm going to leave you with this before we go on break. You ready? There's been 145 Game 7s on the home team.
Okay.
76% of the home teams win that game.
So
out of 100.
And they blew it.
Yeah, but see, here's what Pete just said.
Miami's 4-0.
Will the fan base show up on time and get this? It doesn't matter.
It's like LA after the first quarter. What's the matter with the first quarter?
So
we've seen at halftime you can be down by 20.
Does it really matter if they don't care about the fans not being there in the beginning? Who cares if they're at the end? Does the fan? Does home court advantage really matter?
That's when the game starts.
8:30
in the second half.
You could be winning by 20 at halftime, 25 with 2 minutes in the game to go. It's a 4-point game.
That's true.
Anybody's game.
That's true.
So it doesn't matter if the Miami elites walk into this game with 3 minutes to go in the first half.
Yeah, you can't afford those seats.
No, I can't.
All right, start reading the breaks. Maybe if you read a couple commercials, you can afford one. You can afford half a ticket.
Second hour of the locker room is brought to you by the Great Bay Country Club, where it's not just golf, it's fun. Make Great Bay Country Club your club. For more information on how to book a wedding and become a member, go to greatbay.com or give them a call at 927-5071. Great Bay Country Club in Summers Point, New Jersey. See why it's always, always a great day at Great Bay. Say hello to Radio Ralston and Ryan Owen for me. Kevin Kelly's down there as well. Just about everybody on the air has heard about the Jersey Man and Philly Man magazine run
Can
by
I jump in on that? I went to the Jersey Man event with you last Tuesday, and Mike Carlin, next one you got to go to.
Yeah,
okay, you absolutely have to be.
A lot of people there.
A lot of people there. A lot of mixing and networking, and I
Great venue.
I don't know how else to politically correct put this, so I'll just say it. A lot of babes, a lot of good-looking ladies. So I really enjoyed that too.
All right. The Philly Man magazine of New Jersey, Jersey Man and Philly Man magazine is run by ex-Philadelphia tight end Ken Dunnick. Were you aware of their private business network they call the Legacy Club? Every month, they hold private events at upscale locations in Philadelphia and South Jersey that attract over 200 top business people. If you have an interest in attending one of these events and see it's a fit for your business, send an email to ken@jerseymanmagazine.com or give them a call at 856-912-4007 for more information. When we return, we will wrap it up. You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schwein, Pete Thompson, and Mike Carlin right here on 97.3 ESPN.
Memorial Day Baseball on ESPN Radio.
The ball crushed. Forget
You check out the annual Thrill Show at the Atco Dragway in Atco on Jackson Road, Saturday, June 4th. It'll be a day of fun and excitement out on the Dragway featuring jet cars, jet trucks, dragsters, Harleys, funny cars, monster trucks, monster truck rides, and more. There'll even be an awesome car jump finale with fireworks, too. Gates open at 3 and the show starts at 6. Tickets are $25 for adults and kids ages 5 through 10 are just $1. For more details, visit atcodragway.rocks.
Well, Carlin, we made it. We pulled it off without PT.
We landed the plane. The plane is
landed the plane.
I'm hungry.
Josh Henning, we want to thank Josh Henning.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
Mike, you did an outstanding job. Pete Thompson eventually made it in. Mike Gill.
So
we appreciate
that's
his
how
effort.
I was going to ask you, since I was still asleep at the time, how did you start the show? And I guess what happened was Carlin got on the phone. Josh talked through the buttons,
Told him exactly what
said
to
hit
when
this
to
and hit this.
Yeah.
And,
It was like being in a cockpit.
And then, of course, the cavalry came in with Mike Gill.
right.
And he straightened us out.
And I got him out of here in an hour.
Yeah.
He said he had somewhere to be at 11.
This is something we'll never forget.
Yeah.
Remember that time when PT had the brown bottle
What
flu?
was irresponsible?
PT, you'd be proud of me. There was no panic in me at all.
No,
It was like, all right, tell me what to do.
Ice
Sit
water
down.
running through those
Yeah,
veins.
I said, let's go.
All right, Carl, you got a question for us.
All right. The top 6 grossing sports movies of all time.
And
All
I
right,
said,
now start with yours because I said save it for the
well, the
air.
first one I
You,
said
you
was
were right at number 6.
6. I had
you
Jerry
said Jerry
Maguire.
Maguire.
That's number 6. I'm
That's
going to say
number
I'm
You
going to say
complete
the
me.
Mighty Ducks.
No.
Okay,
How
so
about-
that was
can
your
I get
guess.
one more?
You could just keep
Go-
ripping them
keep
off,
going,
buddy.
and you can go, and I'll say
I
yes
got
or
one
no.
more. How about the USA gold medal game?
Miracle.
Miracle on Ice.
No.
Oh my
Okay,
God.
and that the ones that I would go to would be Caddyshack,
No.
and the other one would be Slapshot.
No.
I was going to say
Yeah.
Slapshot.
I'm telling you guys, you're going to be shocked.
Okay, Carl.
You ready?
This is an obscure list.
Excuse
probably.
me. No.
No,
No,
this is the
true.
thing. Caddyshack didn't make money in the theaters. Caddyshack lives on because
Right,
it plays on the
afterwards.
videotape or the DVR
Number
or whatever.
5, Rocky 4.
Interesting.
Okay, 300 million. Number 4, I never heard of this movie. Dangle, portrays of a true story of an Indian family in wrestling.
Huh.
It made
Never
over
heard of it.
made over 300 million. Blindside was number 3.
that
Oh,
was
the
good.
blind
Okay.
side, but that's
Blindside.
kind of loose calling it a
Okay.
sports
It
movie.
is a sports movie.
Oh, that's football.
All
Okay.
right.
Number 2, I never heard of. Another one. It's number 2.
Number 2.
Never Say Die.
Never heard of it.
You hear?
I'm looking it up. Never say die.
And
Nice.
number
Say die.
1.
1984, $360 million. The Karate Kid.
Oh,
Is
well,
that a
there you
sports
go.
movie?
Sure, I guess. You know,
Fine.
the All Valley
Karate.
tournament. Look, you both, I think, are of the age that you would appreciate watching the Netflix series Cobra Kai.
Yeah.
But you haven't watched it and you haven't watched
I
it.
haven't.
Not once.
Right. But if I give you my password, you'll watch it.
I
It's
will not watch Cobra Kai. I have no interest in that.
if I gave you something for free, you won't watch it.
No.
You know what? I'm cutting your mic off.
I got a best bet for tonight's game.
What do you got?
Over 195.
The over
Over
195.
195.
Yep. For all
Who do
you
you get?
listeners
Who
out
wins
there.
it? He wins tonight.
Now the over
I
under
said the
on the
Celtics pull
line. Oh yeah, 196 and a
I
half.
say the
is what they're
Celtics
saying.
pull off a miracle and that defy the odds and win Game 7 on the road.
Is Butler an alien? I mean, seriously, how could he be that good?
We're
You
going
know,
to have.
Mike said to Pete, he said everybody knew he was getting the ball.
He still
with
got
those-
it.
with-
And he's still
And he still
delivered.
stuck it.
Yeah.
I like Miami just because of their home.
He's not known for
Okay.
his 3 shooting
Not
prowess.
really,
No.
but he's a Superman. I mean, that last game. I mean, guys,
And can you imagine the Sixers got rid of him?
9 rebounds. 8
Well, and
assists, 4
technically, they
steals.
never. People think they had a chance to get Jason Tatum, and they didn't. But you know
Well,
what I mean?
we had Jimmy Butler.
And they got rid of him because
I-
Ben Simmons wanted him out.
I look at this is the game 7 for a reason. Okay, they're right there. Either way you could go. I'm going to lean towards the coaching staff, and I'll go with that. And you're going.
I'm taking the Celtics tonight, and I'll take the overs.
I'm taking the Heat tonight, and I'll take the under
All right.
because I think it's a defensive thing that wins the game.
Cocktail choice, whoever wins.
Cocktail choice.
Heat under,
All right.
Celtics
Celtics
over.
over.
And what do you say?
It's definitely over.
Heat
Miami,
over.
Miami winning. And the Heat
Miami over. Okay,
So we're all different. Good.
fine.
Hey,
Let's go to lunch.
Pete, I'm glad to see you're
I need some lunch.
Thank you to Barry Melrose.
I need an
for calling
IV.
in.
You need some dough. You need some dough to suck.
We're going to go to Randazzo's. We're going to take Mr. Met to lunch at Randazzo's.
All
We see the
right.
staff up there. Come on down. Meet us at Randazzo's. Thanks for making the locker room part of your Sunday, because nothing could be finer than talking sports with the Schweiner. We got Game 7s tonight. Enjoy them. Of course, the Sports Bash with Mike Gill Tuesday.
That's
Memorial
correct.
Monday.
Right.
We'll be at it again next weekend. Have a great Memorial weekend, everybody.
We get it. You're not going to work just anywhere. You're smart, you're ambitious, and you want to help others. You want a place where you can thrive, feel fulfilled, and have an opportunity